Pound.
In a world,
Shut the hell up.
where Carolina Panthers fans
Anthony from Charlotte, keep motherfucking pounding.
have an insatiable thirst
I need to see a lot more of that shit going forward.
for Panthers news and opinions.
All my C3 brethren from the C3 Legion.
Only one podcast roars ferociously.
The longest running Panthers podcast on the internet.
It's the C3 Panthers Podcast.
Oh, Greg, I owe y'all $100, man.
It's the fourth time this year that we get to do the C3 Panthers postgame show, celebrating a W as the Carolina Panthers finish out the Arizona Cardinals in overtime, 36-30 on the legs of Chuba Hubbard, who had over 150 yards rushing, scores the winning touchdown in overtime. Oh, by the way, Bryce Young, he can scramble a little bit too. Took a big hit today, dropped a beautiful pass in the bucket to David Moore for a touchdown. Didn't take many passing yards to put away the Arizona Cardinals. Spoiled their playoff hopes. Cody Lack, we doubled our win total. We doubled it.
Yes, sir. And listen, there's no more moral victory Mondays. It's just Victory Monday, baby. Let's go. Chuba Hubbard putting the knife in their heart in overtime, eliminating the Cardinals from the playoffs. Bryce continued to grow and look better today. Threw a couple dimes with pressure in his face. Man, he got beat up today, but he also showed the wheels. He started to show the reason why he was drafted, man. And listen, we'll continue to have discussions about this defense, but a W is a W, Tony Dunn, and you know we're going to do it today with the best damn Panther fans in all of YouTube. You already know it's our boy Drew, Brandon Malone, Anthony, what's up, bro? The brand ambassador, Diesel Skills, JJ, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, Forest City Kitty, ERH, Nirvash, Panther Gal 73, what's up, Panther Gal? Shane Reed, Tizzy Smith, Trap Smith, and Alex Stark. Tony Dunn, ain't nothing to it but to do it, brother. Let's roll.
The number is 252-228-5098. That's 252-228-5098. We'd love to get your thoughts on the game and what this means for Carolina's future, not only with Bryce Young, but looks like we're out of the running for the first overall pick. Didn't take many passing yards, but Bryce Young was efficient, 17 for 26 with 158 yards. Unlike last week, no interceptions, no fumbles. Chuba Hubbard was killing it. CK, one story has been consistent throughout this season, and that this Panthers defense cannot stop the run at all. Thank God James Conner tweaked his knee.
If that had happened, man, if that didn't happen, I'm not sure that this game goes any other way than the way that it did, because he was ripping 9 yards per carry by halftime. This dude was rolling. That injury is very likely the sole reason that we are sitting here with a W in the win column. But here's the thing that's so amazing about this is the poetry of all the things that took place. And the main thing, and I think the most poetic thing, is that this game was won in overtime by a player that lost us an overtime game a few weeks ago. Chuba Hubbard coming out, putting the ball in his hands, ripping off major runs back to back to seal this victory. You can't ask for a better way to redeem yourself than having something happen like this. Just an incredible show from a lot of these guys on offense. Somehow, it didn't feel like an offensive powerhouse, but somehow we still scored 36 points. It's just wild, dude.
Yeah, the fact that look, the Panthers came out dealing, or at least got ahead significantly in the beginning of this game. And it wasn't until, I guess, a crazy I thought it was wild is that, man, I was like, look, the Panthers are really pulling away with this as they scored a touchdown in the second quarter. And I think they were up 1, 2, 3. That's 3 touchdowns. It would have been up 20-3 there. But 6 plays, a minute and 58 yard drive Carolina at the end of the half, Arizona at the end of the half was able to score a touchdown and bring them within like a 2-score game there going into halftime. And when they came out, I think it was, maybe it was, here it is. It was a little bit closer than that. Extra point. The problem was they came out of halftime and they had a game plan, and that game plan was to stop Bryce Young from scrambling around. They put a spy on him, and it slowed things down for Carolina a little bit. Seemed like the Panthers didn't want to close it out as the game went down the line. Like, how are they going to close this out? You're playing better than this other team, but you got to step on their throat and just put the game away. If one player, though, did contribute that, in my mind, it's Mike Jackson.
Oh, dude, Mike Jackson, especially at the end there in overtime, he was shut down, man. And by the way, our boy JD's son, Wukong, it's his 10-year anniversary with his wife, Annie. Shout out to the missus and the man on the anniversary. That's big time. But, yeah, man, dude, I think that this Panthers game showed resilience. But it started to look like what we've seen already, Tony. It looked like we were going to choke this away.
Yeah.
We're going to let them right back into it. And to be honest, I was more expecting them to drive for a touchdown instead of a field goal. But we were able to stop them. We were able to win it in overtime. Got the coin toss in our favor. But overall, this was a gutsy performance. Bryce really got his ass handed to him today, but he was able to take care of the ball. He didn't throw any interceptions, had a rushing touchdown, had some passing touchdowns. Dude, how about that would-be one-handed catch? Oh, it was a one-handed catch, but it wasn't in the end zone by Jalen.
Shrug his toe, dude.
Man, dude, hey, where my coach?
He was quiet today, though.
Yeah, he was, but you're continuing to see the high-end talent that we do have on this team.
Yeah.
And I think today was a big-time victory. Like, Tony CK, I don't know about y'all chat. You tell me what you think, but I'm not disappointed about dropping in a draft spot.
No.
Like, I feel like these victories, call it cornball or not, but when you're playing for next season and you're playing for your own ego and, just what this team was built on, man, you need a win like this. Even when you're not playing for the playoffs, to be able to take something away from the Cardinals, yeah, that was pretty cool.
The beautiful thing about this win and why you should not feel disappointed is we're not dropping. We have so many holes on defense that no matter where we're going to be, how much draft capital we lost by winning today, we're still going to get a player that's best at their position in this draft that we need, and so that I think is the most valuable thing to take away from this. Is a win is more valuable, I think, to the morale going into the next year than anything else. And right now we've doubled our win total from last year. And to me, I look at that as progress. I was telling Tony before the show, if we can continue to double our wins every year, then we're going to be sitting pretty in a couple of years.
We'll be almost 500 next year. No, I agree with you completely, Cody, is that if we were trying to draft a quarterback, I think the number one overall pick is important, right? But what's most important for this Carolina Panthers team at this point, as we saw, was building confidence in Bryce Young and building confidence in Dave Canales and building a little spirit in the locker room and building a little spirit in the fan base. So this win right here is far more important to Carolina's future than what a draft pick would have done, I think, or a higher draft pick. It's hard to not be excited about today. The Arizona Cardinals did a lot to beat themselves.
Yeah, they really did, man. I'm not a fan of their play calling. I'm not a fan of a lot of things that they did. But
Kyler Murray made a big mistake at the end.
Yeah, but dude, Kyler, he has that ability to just run away from you. That's just special. Hey, how about this? My boy Chuba Hubbard secured me the victory against White Chocolate Espresso in fantasy.
Nice.
And knocked him out of the playoffs. So I'm into it, boy. Let's go. It's a good day all around.
A couple of things that stood out for me that were problematic for the Cardinals is they got at one point in the very first quarter, that drive that we were like on the 5-yard line. We had like 20 dang attempts to get in the end zone for that first touchdown. Like, I don't know how it just kept going on and on and on. Kyler Murray didn't play great today. He looked like he was hurt a little bit or hurting. He made a bad decision late in the game with that INT that, again, gives the Panthers an opportunity to put it away, but they don't. They're able to come down later and score a field goal to push it into overtime. But they were just kind of sloppy a little bit in general, I felt like, and showed that they were mathematically playing tough or trying to get into the playoffs, but they're not probably a playoff team.
No, they weren't. No, I mean they were 7-7. You know, they were.
I mean, but they were still mathematically in the chase. They got eliminated today from the playoffs. But in some ways, I wonder how much the story of the Arizona Cardinals is parallel to the Panthers. New head coach that takes over with Kyler Murray. They played a little bit better and scrappy. I wonder how many games they won last year.
Oh, how about this? One of our players got the only hip drop tackle penalty in the NFL this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was the only one this year. Yeah, they haven't called it this year. And a tackle that was it Joseph Jewell? I forget who it was that made the tackle. But I found that interesting, dude. No, there was a lot of stupid penalties and would-be touchdowns. How about this? It should have been Panthers ball on that muffed punt. Like there was some rule.
Did it hit him in the back?
That's what they're saying.
It hit our player first, and that's the problem.
All right. It hit that guy in the back, I think. Oh, I know. You knew that it was going to be called back as soon as Felipe Franks celebrated like he had just won the Super Bowl. Dude. He was hyped, bro.
Yeah, he was pumped about it. But no, it was a good victory, man. Listen, we needed to win one of these close games. We had too many close games that we just narrowly lost. And you need these to know that you can win them. The young players on the team need to be able to believe in themselves in these types of situations. And today helps towards that.
Cody, why don't we go ahead and get into some calls? Right, the number's 252-228-5098. We'd love to hear what you guys think of today's game and what this means for the Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young, and the future going into next season.
So what are your thoughts on catcalling?
Yeah, it's pretty you shouldn't do that to somebody.
And how did that make you feel?
Very uncomfortable.
So how do you think catcalling makes the person feel?
It feels good, like
who's that cat sitting in the back corner with his face buried in his nose? Who's that kid that can use one?
To the charismatic CK, the tenacious Tony Dunn, and yes, the incomparable Cody Lack.
Hey, appreciate it.
What's going on, boys? The C3 Nation. This ain't nobody but your boy CP, the Vintage Retro Man, North Carolina's neighborhood hope dealer.
What up?
Hey, all I got to say, boys, is choo-choo, Hubbard, baby, for the walk-off touchdown win. Hey, keep pounding, baby.
Keep pounding, baby.
I know there's going to be a lot of people that's like, oh, man, we should have lost this one because our draft pick, da-da-da-da-da. But, hey, at the end of the day, we watched this game for us to see wins, right? I love seeing a home win at the end of the season, man, for the players, man, for the fan base. We got to remember that culture matters, too. And we're going to have something to attract these undrafted free agents next year that we're going to use to fill some holes while we still maintain a great draft pick. So this is a win all around, boys. We got to celebrate, you know what I'm saying, to the whole C3 Nation, man. When we get the wins, they few and far in between, so we got to celebrate them. Chuba Hubbard, Bryce Young, my hat goes off to him, man. 3 touchdowns. That dude fought today. In the battle of the short quarterbacks, Bryce Young reigns supreme over Kyler Murray.
Yes, sir. Short king.
Keep pounding. I'm out. Later.
And, man, we got the short king of the short king of the short kings.
He's the king of the little people.
Yeah.
Hope is back, guys. Look, the hope dealer is back to slinging hope. I love to hear that. Let's go to Lou and Fort
And that
Myers.
was indeed our last home game, right? That was the
Yes,
last
it was.
one.
It was.
Yeah, so what a way to close out the season in the bank.
2 on the road now.
Yo, it's Lou from fucking Fort Myers, and this
What's
is the
up, Lou?
battle of the fucking midgets. And I know I'm a Panthers fan, but we ain't supposed to win this. So you know what I did? I bet for us to lose this game. We fucking tied up. Boy, oh boy, I'm about to piss my pants because I'm not gonna lie. I bet $1. It was like a shit fucking joke, but I bet $1 on like a money line, right? And I need the Cardinals to fucking win.
$1?
My parlay is coming up to the Cardinals, Josh Allen to score, James Cook to score, and the Bills to win. That's all I need for this shit to hit. I need us to choke the game. I need us to tank so we can get Travis Hunter or Dual Carter. We do not need to win this fucking game. If we win this game, I'm going to crash out. Y'all will not be hearing calls from me because I'm going to slam my phone.
Okay.
R.I.P. to his phone.
Choke this game.
That's what I'm thinking.
This call was
Murray,
at 4:08.
dog shit. I just want y'all to know, short quarterbacks are never the fucking move, ever. Oh my gosh. I hope Bryce Young is the last short quarterback to ever get drafted. But
This call did not age well.
No.
I know we Panthers fans and we're not supposed to be preying on the downfall. But look at the benefits if we lose this game. My parlay hits. We'll probably get Travis Hunter or Dual Carter. We'll get a higher pick. You feel me? Like, bro.
All right. Sorry, Lou. Sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. It was $1. I wonder what the parlay would have paid, like $9 million.
I mean, it's no way with what he just said that he's got. There's no way it's a parlay that's paying more than $30. Like I can't imagine $1 parlay it's paying more than 30.
Panther Nation, it is your boy Preston from Hickory.
What up, Preston?
First off, subscribe to the best damn Panthers podcast on the whole internet. But yeah,
Thank you, brother.
You know what? I attribute this win. I credit this win to coaching. Dave Canales did a hell of a job. We shit on him whenever he makes very poor decisions. I think Dave Canales did a really great job in this game. And we had to bounce back from, that stinker of a game we had last week against Dallas. And I think we did offensively. Defense, I mean, I don't pray for anybody's downfall. So James Conner going down with an injury, I didn't want to see that. But, I mean, if he didn't go down, all they had to do was just hand the ball off to him, and he was going to run right down our throat on every single damn down. I mean, we saw that one drive. James Conner, he was a beast. So we know that we, definitely got to fix things as far as offense. But, man, the development of this team, we're starting to see, look, we were losing those close games. Now we're winning those close games. We got to just keep that going. The rest of the season, this game is and the next 2 games of the season, this is about development. This is about seeing what we can get out of the talent and what we can get out of the rest of this season and developing this very young squad. Dave Canales, like I said, I don't know if we keep Ajero Rivero next season. Honestly, I would go after Robert Saleh. I mean, he didn't really have that great of a run as a head coach, but I think as far as defensive coordinator, he's pretty damn good. So, I mean, defense did the thing today in spots, but for the most part, we see our glaring weakness is running the ball. And I don't know if it's Ajero Rivero's scheme. I don't know what it is, but I think we got to get him out of there. But other than that, Dave Canales and Bryce Young, this is a head coach quarterback marriage for years to come, man. I'm seeing it, and kudos. As far as Bryce has came, Dave Canales came just as far too. But that's my time, guys. Keep pounding, baby. Keep pounding. We got
Pounding.
one. Keep pounding.
Thanks for the call. The number's 252-228-5098. I don't know if we talk about Dave Canales enough on this podcast, or maybe we should be talking about him more. The Carolina Panthers were in a place where it looked like they were just dead. I mean, there was no life. I mean, I've never seen football to the point where I just didn't even want to watch it. I don't even think it felt that way in 2010. But somehow he rallied these guys together.
Yeah. In a lost season.
Yeah.
In a lost season. And on top of that, there was a stat that they showed that we scored a touchdown in the first 3 drives of the game. We haven't done that in almost 100 games since 2018.
This team, there is a resilience to them, and when we come to the defense, I like the call. He said they played well in some spots, and they did. There were some moments that they put pressure on Kyler Murray when they needed to. There were moments, where I thought the secondary played great today in a sense, but it's kind of hard to judge the secondary when you're giving up 150 yards, 111 yards rushing in the first half. I mean,
yeah, it's tough. They were talking about how we're in last in every category on defense, and that's rough. Ivero needs to go at the end of this year. We need a brand new defensive coordinator. I, too, am in favor of Robert Saleh. We need
defensive. We need Derek Brown back, and we need some guys to go with him. Let's go to the next call.
Podcast Brothers. G. Cavassier. Ooh, what a game. That was a damn game. Bryce Young balled his ass off. Shout out to Chuba. He got a rushing touchdown, and he rushed over 100 yards. And Bryce Young, he had 2 touchdown passes, and he rushed one in. Hey, man. Hey, that was a damn good fucking game, man. Woo, that was a game, man. And shout out to, I think that was a rookie that got that interception. Shout out to him. That was a damn good game. What, we're 4-11. We're the best 4-11 team in the NFL. Give me your thoughts on that, y'all. I'm happy. And you see Josie Jules, you know what I'm saying, with that damn sack. You know, Josie Jules, that's my man. Man crush.
Yes, sir.
Man crush on Josie Jules.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's been surprising. He's been a really welcomed addition, even though there's been some times that he's left some plays on the field. I think he's filled the Luvu vacated role pretty well. I just don't think he lives up to the same level that Luvu was, but he's certainly it's not such a downgrade that it felt like it was. He's not been a liability. I think.
Well, and I think on a better team, he'll be even better.
Yeah.
So if you're able to build around him more, I think he's going to continue to be a really, really good piece of this defense. I mean, listen, you see him making plays on the ball. The dude's flying around. He's not Luke Kuechly-esque. He's not on every play, but the plays that he's in on, he's just making an impact.
Do we keep him next year?
Is he a free agent after this year?
Does
he have one more year? I thought he has one more year.
I think it was a 1-year deal. I don't think he was signed to any long-term I could be wrong on that, but I don't he came here, I think, for Ivero, right? And I guess my question is, does he stick around here if Ivero's not here anymore?
I'm about to pull up his contract.
I want to look at this as some of the Panther players were asked about knocking the Cardinals out of contention. Here's Robert.
I do come to. Oh, they out? I ain't gonna lie. I was in the huddle yo, all day though. I was like, yo, you know what I mean? It'd be kind of fun to knock somebody out the field. That's what I was saying. So didn't know that was the thing. I'm a nice guy, so I do kind of feel bad for him, but at the same time, I ain't going. So
we have a 3-year deal on Josie.
I guess we got a job to do. I'm happy we won. That's all it is too.
Let's see what I think. Did you guys hear that? Okay, or kinda?
Yeah, for the most part.
All right, here's J.C. Horn being asked about
the loss. They don't have a shot at the.
I didn't even know that. So you just told me.
Yeah, with the loss, they don't have a shot at the playoffs now.
That's tough. The players over there calling our team trash and all that. So yeah, that's tough for them going home like that.
He said, "Have fun at home, bitch."
All right, so Panthers doing enough work to make somebody else's day bad. We just, you know what? We deserve that for fans, or make somebody else feel bad for once. Let's go back to the phone calls.
What's up, fellas? This is Chase from Anderson. Well, happy for the win, but it should have never have went to overtime. I can't wait for Evero to be gone, man. He's got to go. Hey, I got a joke for you. What do you call one team that never played or never beat a top 25 ranked team playing against a team who never played a top 25 team? The ACC championship. Clemson sucks. They never deserve to be in playoffs.
That's for you. Cody Lack, speaking of, well, actually, no, not the opposite of second, is we got to remember this, is that today's show is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. If you want to play some daily fantasy sports, you can go to Underdog Fantasy. You can download the app and use the promo code C3P to get up to $1,000 deposit match for first-time players. You could go in there today. Would have been a great day to hit the more than on Chuba Hubbard. Look at this. The less than on every quarterback in this game in passing yards, probably. And how about this? If you could, I wish they would have an option for this. Will the Carolina Panthers eliminate the Arizona Cardinals from the playoffs? More than likely, yes. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with the promo code C3P, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you hit it. You can go there right now. Let me see what we got. Here's a couple of numbers for you. Baker Mayfield right now is a free pick promotion. Higher. You just got to get one passing yard. Plays tonight. You get Mike Evans for a touchdown, or you can even dip into CeeDee Lamb. But I like this. Bucky Irvin touchdown. I like him a lot. Rico Dowdle. See what the dang yards are. So a lot of good opportunities right there for you to get on Underdog Fantasy and make some money. It's easy. You just pick some players. You pick more or less. And the more players you pick, the more projections that you get right, the more money you make. Use the promo code C3P. Cody Lack, do what you do best.
Must be 18 years of older, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, and 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783, or text NEXT STEP to 53342. New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE New York, or text HOPE New York to 467-369. Thank you to Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring us all the way through the playoffs.
Thank you, the Carolina Pantherettes, who always shares the show on Facebook. We appreciate that. Says the founder has a podcast. She would love to have y'all on Prim and Proper Sports with Sonia Pearson. Hit us up on Twitter, and probably the best way to communicate, if you're on Twitter, at @cat_chronicles, or Cody Lack at Cody Lack.
Yeah. Cody Lack.
We'll figure it out. Or you can email us at carolinacatchronicles@gmail.com. I'm just really bad about Facebook. It gives me anxiety.
All right, you want to do another one, or you want to talk about something specific?
Let's go to another call.
What's going on, boys? It's the best from the West Coast, Nick from Seattle. Wow, what a game that was fun to watch. I can't remember the last time watching a Panthers game when I was able to jump up and scream so positively so many times. It was looking pretty good. Bryce was slinging that thing. I mean, the yardage isn't going to show, but he was dicing them up on the ground, too. Chuba was pounding that rock and earning that money. It was a great game. I mean, the Icky was looking pretty good a few times. You'd see him get faked out by the outside rush, but keep his feet and stay on there and keep, the defense. I mean, Evero still refuses to put a spy on a mobile quarterback. I still don't understand that. But you got to, you know he's going to run, put a spy on him, right? I mean, but when it was a great game, getting to overtime, watching Chuba bust that one to the outside, strutting into the end zone to ice it. I mean, personally, I want to see winning culture
over draft position. Yeah, we're going to drop down a little bit, but I mean, guys, we doubled our win total from last year. Still 2 more games. One more. They're against a very beatable Bucks team and a very beatable Falcons team. I'm all about, I'd rather build the culture than get a higher draft pick, because then if we keep drafting well, it's not going to matter where we pick exactly because we trust the guys in charge. I hope y'all have a magical evening and everybody has a Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate, Happy Wednesday. Keep pounding.
Merry Christmas, brother.
All right, let's go on to the next call.
Sweet Caroline, oh, 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 good times never felt so good.
So good.
So good, so good. Hey, y'all, it's John B. Jenkins. I am so happy we won this game.
Holy moly, he is happy.
Happy Hanukkah, happy Diwali, happy Festivus, happy Kwanzaa, happy whatever the fuck you want to celebrate. We fucking won. I'm so happy. I love you. Merry Christmas.
Oh no, did he went out? Maybe it's just
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, thank you, John B. Jenkins. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, I think is and happy Wednesday. I like that one too. Let's go to the next call.
Hey, it's a win in Carolina. All right, Queen City. That was nice. I was getting mad though, like too many run. I mean, I know that we ate up a lot of time on the clock running the ball, but they need to open it up. Like, I feel like the coach is coaching scared and not allowing Bryce to throw as much as he could and allow the receivers to get a lot of practice in. And I think that hurts us overall. And I think that on the defense, I mean, not that this is a day of celebration totally, that walk-in by Tubes in the end, that little ditty was dope. That was so awesome.
That was dope.
But on the defense, it's like they're out there playing, practicing, and they don't want to hurt anyone, and they run along. The defense showed up. They balled. No ditty. However, you've got to stop the run. These guys are like falling forward for 5 yards. Like, that's not acceptable.
We have no run
They've got
defense.
to stop that in the future, moving forward, next season. Got to work on that. But overall, awesome game. I was disappointed at them giving the Cardinals so much time to even make it an even score, for it to even go into overtime. I thought the coach should have been more aggressive. I mean, I know we're out of the playoffs and everything, but anyways. Love to see the win. Love the noise. I think BOA needs to work on getting really, really, really loud. But overall, Merry Christmas. That's an awesome Christmas gift for all of us Panthers fans.
Amen.
It's been a tall order. Bryce Young, Chuba. I like what I see in David Moore and Jalen Coker. So, hey, keep pounding. Representing in Mississippi.
Oh, nice.
Recently moved from Colorado, born in Georgia, raised in North Carolina, in Queen City.
Right
so
on.
representing over here in Saints territory. This is Stella. Much love.
Stella, appreciate
Stella.
you, girl.
The number's 252-228-5098. Calls are still coming in, so let's keep rocking.
Yo, what's up, C3? It's Anthony from Charlotte.
What up, man?
Have a good Sunday, man. Man, just wanted to call in. What a crazy game. These Carolina Panthers really have us on the edge of our seat every single week, it feels like, for the past 6 weeks. Fun game, man. When we were up, 20-3, I was like, wow, this is going to be like our first blowout since the Raiders game. And then, stuff happened. We let them back in the game. I'll talk about all that in a second. But yeah, Bryce Young played awesome, dude. 17-26, 226 total yards, 3 total touchdowns, 107.5 passer rating. This is really why, I called the fan base bipolar last week. Just it's a week-to-week league. I understand that. But this year he's had more good than bad, clearly. And he has deserved another year in this offense from the start of the year. Hopefully he comes in next year confident knowing that, hey, I can play in this league. Like, I've gone toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes, with Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, all these good quarterbacks, and I hope that boosts his confidence, man. I really do, and I think it will. I think it will. I think you're seeing a confident player, and I have to give credit to Dave Canales. Dave Canales, there's some stuff that I'm not too fond of what he's done this year, but then again, you got to remember he's a first-time head coach, only 1 year as a play caller, but he has fixed Bryce Young. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't know if it was part of the plan to ever play him again, but I'm honestly past that, man. Let's just be happy about this win. Just a great win, man. Let's talk about, I'm not going to mention the draft today, but I think we all know, like, we got to take some defensive stud. Someone that can seriously, like, impact this defense, because there is no reason to almost lose a game when you are up 20-3. Now, I know it's the NFL and fluky stuff happens, but, James Conner got injured. There was some stuff that went our way today. But, yeah, these games can't be giving out heart attacks, man. That was crazy at the end. I'm happy we won. But, yeah, defense definitely needs to be the solution going forward. I still like another receiver, but, man, you got to feel good, man. So, again, just take it week by week, man. Bryce Young, I'm not saying he's the future, but he's the starter next year.
Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah, with that, here's the thing. I think Bryce deserves a tremendous amount of credit for having a bounce back game again. I think that right now, what I'm learning from this team is if we can get a very good defense put together, there's not going to be blowout losses. And when we play bad teams, there's going to be blowout wins, right? Whereas in what I think you would have seen against teams like Kansas City and the Eagles, I don't know that we win those games outright, but I tell you what, we certainly always keep those games close. And so the fact that we're doing it with as bad of a defense as we have right now is super encouraging. And if we can turn that piece of our team around to where we're not constantly having to, right now, it felt like there were things that went our way today, right? That fumble just bouncing right into our hands. That gave us the ball at the 50-yard line. That gave us an opportunity to score a third straight touchdown in the beginning of the game, right? The penalties that the Cardinals had, which were astronomical today. They were just piling up. There were a lot of things that went our way that helped this game end the way that it did. But to the part of it that I think is super encouraging is you see a vision of this team being a much better team if we can fix just the part that is the most concerning right now, which is that defense. I'm excited to see what this team can be if we can do something this offseason to, we essentially changed our offensive line trajectory in one offseason. We went from one of the worst to one of the best. We've had bad games, last week included, right? With an offensive line like that. But we went from one off season, we went from a very bad, worst in the league, in my opinion, to one of the best. And when we're talking about the offensive line, if we could do something similar to any of the other position groups in defense that we need, man, I think that's something that's worth being encouraged by.
Yeah, I still think that we need to work on our pass protection a little more. But I think undeniably we have one of the better run blocking offensive lines in all of the NFL.
Yeah.
So we just have to continue to build upon that. And I know we're all getting wrapped up in this draft all defense. Dude, draft the best player available. If there's a good wide receiver, go get him. If there's another good center, go get him. I mean, we've been through 3 centers this year, boys. Christensen, Cade Mays, who was ill right before this game started, which made Christensen have to play center again. Austin Corbett. We need to continue to build everywhere. So, best player available, 10 draft picks. It's looking bright, man. We're starting to see all the pieces that we're going to use to build this team even further.
What's up, y'all? It's Lucas from Far City.
What up, Luke?
Keep Pounding. It's a Christmas miracle. The Panthers have won a game. Man, it's early this month. If you would have told me that we were going to give the ball to Chuba Hubbard in overtime, I would have smacked you down, man. There was no way after that Tampa overtime. But after seeing today, my mind has changed. That man was determined that last play. No one was stopping that man from scoring that touchdown and winning this football game. I am so psyched. I can't wait. I can't wait for the future for this team, man. I know I'm riding on a high right now because I love my football team, but I am a happy Panthers fan right now, y'all. Keep pounding.
As you should be.
Love y'all. Let's go Panthers.
I love this picture right here. I love this picture, man. We appreciate it. Chuba Hubbard, man, is we weren't I think that's why I tried to, or a lot of us were just trying not to be too hard on him when that Bucks overtime with that fumble. It was unfortunate. But he's been so important to the team. It's like, how can you knock on the guy that's really, you can for a bad play. But this guy's been incredible for us, particularly in a place where he got a lot of shit from people like me. And then he stuck with this team, believed in him, and is really building the culture from the inside. I think he's a real leader on this team. So I appreciate what, Chuba Hubbard is the bomb right now. He could use a break every now and then. Poor guy.
He's my favorite player on the team.
Yeah, he's great. Missing XL today. That's a little bit of the story. But one thing we did not talk about. How can we not talk about damn Eddie Pinheiro? Oh
yeah. Well,
the greatest kicker in the history of football misses an extra point.
Dude, I would have blamed this game on him if we would have lost.
It was.
I'm telling you.
You know what I would have done just to piss you off? I would have blamed it on Brady Christensen.
Oh yeah.
Would have turned right around.
Yeah, that would have been a good. That would have been a good battle
I'm
right
still
there.
over Pinheiro though. I still think we should have gone with kicker Harrison.
Yeah. I know you like that just for fun. All right, let's go next.
What I don't like about the Pinheiro is like if you're talking about like that when we were driving down the field and if it was the difference between getting a field goal to potentially win it or just trying to get a touchdown because you're like there at the end when Chuba did that big run where we got down to within 20 yards, right? A lot of teams would just bring their field goal unit out right then and there and say, we're not risking it. We're just going to we're going to do this. And instead, what we have to do is we have to run Chuba again. And that kind of sucks because you want to have a somebody you feel like has the leg to hit the long ones. But also somebody you can rely on in those really tough situations, like at the end of that game, instead of having to put Chuba back out there to try to run that ball in for a touchdown. Luckily, it worked out, but it would have been nice to not have to be able to know we have somebody who's going to make an automatic kick on that,
Yeah.
All right, let's go. I think Mickey's calling in to talk about Mike.
Today. Hold on. You guys know who it is. I got the introduction. It's who I think that was a good win today. Probably show what he can do with his legs. He should start running more too. That was a good win today. And I think the Pharaoh, he should go. He's a trash ass defensive coordinator. He's tired of his bastard ass. I'm going. He's tired of Mr. Luke Dunn, Mr. Michael Jordan, bald head ass nigga. What's this about it?
I love some Michael Jordan, dude.
Keep out there. I hope we get Travis Hunter in the draft. And on to the whoever we play goddamn minutes. You know who it is. Who it is. Keep coming.
Shout out Hood Mickey, you a real one, dog.
Talk about sticking to a bit, right?
Yeah. By the way, I am not in on this Travis Hunter stuff, right? I know he's a great athlete, but I feel like the cornerback, the secondary situation that we have is the farthest thing from the biggest issue on our defense. We have way more problems than a cornerback, When you see players like Mike Jackson making crazy good plays today, you have J.C. Horn, Chow Smith Wade is showing a tremendous amount of promise. Like our secondary is let me rephrase. Our cornerback room is the farthest thing from an issue that we have on this defense. When you have such a hole at safety and this horrible situation we have on our defensive line, that we need to absolutely move forward and try to get somebody to shore up this run game issue that we have on defense. This idea we're going after Travis Hunter with a top 10 pick is just, we have so many other problems on this team than even either wide receiver or cornerback.
Well, now I don't think that we're going to be in range to even pick him, even if we wanted to.
Yeah.
But I can understand the case for a serious playmaker. If you're talking about someone that can get open routinely, I would play him at wide receiver sooner than I would corner. But yeah, listen, now, I mean, I'm going to be real. I think every option should be on the table, including trading back. If you're sitting at 6 or 7 and you don't love a player, trade back, go to 11, go to 12, get a first round pick next year. You know, that's, I like that we have a new energy amongst our front office with Dan Morgan and Brant Tillis being willing to maneuver the draft. I'm excited to see what we're going to be able to do with the amount of draft picks that we have, and with Brant Tillis on the payroll side, figuring out the X's and O's of the dollar signs where we do these contracts.
And I would make an argument if there was an award as such. I think that Dan Morgan deserves Rookie GM of the Year. I know it's not a long list of people that are rookie GMs right now, but like I think what he has been able to do in such a short time with this team is almost miraculous. I know we're a 4-win team right now, and that seems kind of hyperbolic to be hyping up that, but I just see so much promise with all the things he's done and all the people he's brought to this team. I think it's worthy of the praise that, you know, he's getting from me right now, just based on what we've seen so far. You know, there's going to be things that we're going to look back on and always be able to criticize this one move, similar to how we can do with Bryce's, you know, play today on that third down where it was like we were about to ice the game and he misses 88, right? We can nitpick and go and look at that one thing, or we can say the entire body of work actually is pretty impressive given where we were just 1 year ago.
Let's go to Joey the Blind Panther, a.k.a. the Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Hey, guys. It's the growl that makes them howl, a.k.a. Joey the Blind Panther. Weird game. It felt like both teams wanted to win, and then it felt like no team wanted to win at one point. But
it's true.
Did it stop playing?
He just got tired of talking.
No team wanted to win at one point. But I knew this always happens at this time of year when we're officially ready to playoffs. I knew I was going to hear this, the draft pick. Dude, fuck that so hard, man. Like, I mean, if a team wins, do they really need a high draft pick? It's not like the Cardinals let us win, you know. This game had playoff implications for them. And the Panthers were able to beat them with guys like Dan Chisena and Winman. I don't know who that is. But there were a bunch of players on this team today who had awesome games. Who you're just sitting there like, wait, who? Today's game was about those type of players, and it was fun to listen to on the radio. And if my voice is raspy or whatever, it's because I was getting
I don't know where this is going.
Last night at the nightclub with the girls.
Oh, Joey. Player. Always a player. Never.
Wow.
That player don't ever quit. He don't take. There's no days off for Joey. You know what?
I hate the player, hate the game, baby.
The Panthers need to practice like Joey goes out prowling. every day, all places.
I wish our defenders could sniff out a running back and make a tackle. Like Joey can sniff out some
trim.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next call.
Hey guys, Chuck from Elizabeth City.
Hold up, Chuck.
I really want to call in and say I know a lot of people may be disappointed because we were high as number 3 in the draft and we've kind of ruined their draft stock, but it doesn't matter. I think that we'll still be in a sweet spot to draft.
Yeah.
I still want a couple more wins. We got Tampa and Atlanta, and I think we're building something. But on top of that, guys, I just want to take a minute and say Merry Christmas to you guys. You guys have brought a lot of joy to me and a lot of other Panther fans with this podcast.
Appreciate you, man.
Tony,
Absolutely.
Cody, PK, you guys really bring it every week, and it's hard to bring in a no when we lose. But when we're down and out or need somebody to talk to, you guys are there. And think about this, guys. If we don't do anything else, Wednesday's Christmas Day. And one of the most thankful things that I am for is this Carolina Panthers team that we've had for, 30 years. We can go up Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and know the last time this team played, we got a W. And that's something to think about. And hey, Arizona goes in now out of the playoffs. We ended our playoff. So, that's something to think about too. But keep pounding, guys. You guys are the best.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Chuck. Means a lot. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to all the listeners, to the panel as well. We got 3 more calls, it looks like.
I never left that face. I'm doing wrong. I do good for it, and I do right for wrong, 'cause I want to make it. Hey, what's good? Keep pounding.
All right.
Pounding.
Life's good. Keep pounding. Let's go to
Serenading us in the cat calls.
This is Sonia Pearson.
This is the
Hi, this is Sonia Pearson. I'm the founder of the Carolina Panthers, and I'm also host of Prim and Proper Sports and North Carolinian, now living in Atlanta, Georgia, enemy territory, where the founders
How are you,
are.
Sonia?
I absolutely am just thrilled, like a lot of Panther Nation is. Actually, all of us are thrilled, let's be honest. The season home finale, a nail biter. I honestly think that Eddie P was jinxed. The announcers announced that he was like the top kicker about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and ever since then, he's been missing pivotal field goals at very crucial times. And I think that's what contributed to us going down to the wire and having to go overtime today. Thank God we had some really big playmakers today, and Chuba Hubbard, of course, Bryce himself making very big plays, Coker, Tommy Tremble, and even on the defense, Jadeveon Clowney. Very big win today to close out the home finale. And just love Panther Nation. Always will love Panther Nation. Definitely hope that we can get Bryce some more help in the draft next year. And the good thing about the draft next year is we will have paid all our debtors for the entire Bryce Young exchange. So that's my thoughts. And if you guys need to reach me back, my number is 404. And I can be Trim, Proper Sports at
Thank you, Sonia.
We
And
just
yeah,
don't
we'll
want.
be- we'll be in
We don't want
contact
to get
with
it
you on the show.
calling you every day and being like,
Yeah, we don't need-
you heard the Blind Panther. That dude's gonna be in your inbox real quick.
Joey's already texted her.
No, but thank you to Sonia and the Pantherettes, man. She's right. It was a big time victory. And we're gonna have all of the trade from Bryce paid off after next year.
Do you think that that's like gonna be a weight lifted off of his shoulders, that he's no longer gonna be kind of the future of the Panthers, are no longer indebted to him? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean,
I feel like that would be a tremendous amount of pressure on one guy to have that much just being thrust on your shoulders. I think that is going to be a freeing feeling. If I were Bryce Young, it would be an incredible moment to know that everything I do from now on is free and clear,
Yeah.
What about two things we didn't talk about, or I guess they're kind of related real quick, is I saw some people talking about Jatavion Sanders not being involved. And what about Tommy Tremble making some big plays today?
Yeah, I'm a fan of Tremble, dude. A lot of people treat him like him and Ian Thomas are one and the same. I refuse. I still think Tremble has a lot of fight in him. He's got some dog in him. And I think that the more we continue to get the ball in his hands, he's been impressive. I like Tommy Tremble. I would like to see him here for another year.
He's more of a playmaker, in my opinion. I think that there has been some things that he's done that have been difficult for us to overcome as a team in certain circumstances. But I think he's been far from the issue of this team not being effective. I think that he has the potential to be a good tight end. I just don't know what's been missing from his game. I wish I could answer that question, but I'm not willing to. I don't know. I would much rather give Jatavion Sanders a longer look if it meant, giving him more playing time and him being the main guy on the field. But I think Tommy Tremble's had enough time.
He's definitely not a hurdler, though.
No,
I think he
his
hurdled
guy.
a guy in his first
guy,
game, and I think he always does that move.
He
now.
accidentally pushed the X button and jumped. That's all that happened.
What was that? There was somebody, what was it, a college player or is it an NFL player? Somebody who was like, oh no, Caleb Williams. It was like there was a play I think last week where it was like he was just pressing every button on his controller.
Yeah,
he was doing spins when nobody was around
no
him.
reason.
He juked when nobody was around him.
He's trying to play like he's used to playing on the PlayStation. He's got an Xbox controller.
Yeah.
All right, last call.
Ho, ho, ho. You have no clue who this is? Because I never call in.
Booyaka, booyaka.
Terrible C3 fan, but Merry Christmas to y'all. Merry Christmas to the Panthers, and thank you for all y'all do.
Merry
Much
Christmas,
love.
brother.
Steve from Richmond County, second-time caller. Been here since 2016. Come here, looking for Panther insight after that Super Bowl loss, and Tony really brought it for me, and I appreciate it. Much love to the Carolina Panthers. Much love to the C3 Panthers Podcast. Merry Christmas. Keep packing.
Merry Christmas, brother.
This is unless you guys want to do the Tuesday night show tomorrow night, this will be the last time we get to hang out before Christmas. You guys, here, let's talk it out right now. You want to do Monday or Thursday?
I don't have anything going on tomorrow.
Either day works for me.
Let's do a short show on Monday.
All right, tomorrow we'll be here at 9:00. Short show, which means we'll be here until Christmas Eve. No, no,
we never. When we think the show is going to be longer, we go so much shorter, and then when we think it's going to be short, it's like a 5-hour show.
But I think we're getting a good feel for the team right now. I think the morale and the change of winds, the change of current, should we say, has helped us get through this a little faster and not just cry for hours and hours. Today, we're celebrating a victory as the Carolina Panthers won in overtime and knocked the Arizona Cardinals out. We appreciate everybody's time, energy, calls. Hit the thumbs up button. Consider donating to the podcast, and consider being a C3 super fan. Cody Lack, we got to just do the David Dotto Balls Out Award, or AKA Dab on Him Award. We're not playing the music because for some reason we're getting dinged for a non-important music.
For stupid old music that we've been using for years.
But player of the game, I mean, hey, I got to start with just Chuba Hubbard. Every time Chuba Hubbard is player of the game, I feel like Tony Dunn is obligated to make sure that he gets his credits. Not only did he score the winning touchdown, he just brutal runner, man. Brutal runner. So player of the game, David Dotto balls out. Thank you for balling out, Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba.
All right, who's next? You guys, David Dotto, player of the game, and then we'll do the towel shame and get out of here.
Cody, I have a couple, so I'll let you go so I don't take yours.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just, I feel like I have to say Bryce Young. He had a very gutsy performance, standing in the pocket, taking some of those big shots on third down, being accurate with the ball, taking care of the ball, putting it where it matters. again, the detractors are already saying it wasn't for a ton of passing yards or whatever. I've already said all he has to do is prove to be the starter for year 3. That's all we need him to do, and he continues to do so and continues to play better like the player that we want him to be. So, final home opener, I'm going Bryce.
Yeah, and the argument that he didn't have a lot of yards, like this is how you want your team to look, is a great balance between the run and the pass. And so if you're having a player who's like throwing 350 yards every single game, that usually indicates that your run game isn't working very well. And so if you have a good run game, a good balance on that, I think 200, 250 yards plus his additional 50 that he got on the ground that one drive, I think that's a great play. And you could call that a detraction all you want. I think that's just indicative of a growing team and an offense that is looking to be more effective as it continues to grow into this offense. Anyway, I'm going to give you my number one, and then I'm going to give you a runner-up. My number one, since we got a couple of these off the board, Mike Jackson with 2 clutch pass breakups on Marvin Harrison Jr. in overtime were they were incredible, setting up a really good opportunity to get them off the field early on. Now, I don't remember how at that third down that they came to after that was the one that they got off the field, but nonetheless, Mike Jackson showed up clutch today in a couple of spots. But my runner-up is going to be Johnny Hecker with a crazy good punt in overtime that pinned them down at the 10-yard line and set us up to, hold them back and not, obviously not give we got the ball back with great field position on the other side of the 50 because of it. So, I'm going to give my runner-up ball to Johnny Hecker.
Yes, sir. Hey, by the way, shout out to Panther Guy 73 who gave us a $5 C3 Christmas bomb. It says Merry Christmas, Panthers Nation. Thank you, Panther Guy. We appreciate you.
All right, let's hit the towel of shame up and get out of here. This is someone that we ultimately call out, whether it be the broadcast, the other team. I'm just gonna say the Panthers' run defense. I mean, gosh, it's like a wet paper bag. They're not even a wet towel. They're a wet paper bag. 10 yards a clip, dude. It was averaging 9 yards a carry in the first half. James Conner. Thank God he got hurt, and he didn't even really tweak it that bad, or it didn't look like it. So shame on you. Shame on you.
To me, there's only one name worthy of it. Eddie Pinheiro.
Yeah.
Eddie Pinheiro.
That and that haircut, bro. CK, you got something?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give my my towel of shame to Gannon, the coach of the Cardinals. He had this team, coming in here knowing it was a must-win situation, and they probably had their most undisciplined game they've had all year against one of the worst teams in the NFL. Record-wise, I think we're starting to see it turn around a little bit from the other, reality aspect of things. But, to have a lot of the reason that they lost today, mental errors, mistakes that were just egregious, is enough to, it's enough to make you want to pull your hair out. So I'm gonna give that dude the towel of shame because he did not have his team ready to play today.
Nope.
Yeah, kind of a weird ending too, man. We're almost like it looked like the game was over. All right, we'll be back here. Thanks everyone. Happy holidays to all the listeners. It's been a interesting year or interesting season this year for the Carolina Panthers. I guess we'll get one more show before New Year's, right? Too. So we'll still get to hang out with you guys and celebrate. In fact, I don't know if New Year's is on a Tuesday. I gotta go check the calendar. We appreciate everybody's time, support, energy. Cody Lack, why don't you take us out of here?
C3 Nation. Until next time, keep pounding, baby.